of Vonny's Hotline. Who do you got for your college football picks this weekend, Jaevon?
Okay, guys, we are here. College football is back. We're excited. I can't wait. So I guess the first game of the day would be, I think it's the that's the first game we're gonna start with. We're gonna go with Miami is traveling to Gainesville. They're going to play the Florida Gators on the road. Cam Ward, this will be his first start in Miami, obviously transferring from Washington State. They are going to be 2.5-point favorites. We are not betting the spread in this game. We are going to take them straight up because it's very tough to win. It's very tough to win on the road, especially in Gainesville. Florida is like one of the toughest places to play. And I just think that they get the job done on the road. I think they have a better team. Florida has a really tough schedule ahead of them. Their quarterback, Graham Mertz, he's okay. He's like kind of a game manager. I really like the freshman that they signed, DJ Lagway. He was the #1 recruit coming out of high school last year. I don't know if we see him in this game, but we might see packages of him. But I do think Miami is the better team. So I'm going to take them on the spread. I could be wrong. I think this might be the first game. Georgia versus Clemson. I think this is a neutral site game, if I'm not mistaken. Georgia, they're coming off of a SEC championship game loss to Alabama. If this were the 12-team playoff era last year, they would have still been in the playoff game, or they still would have made the playoffs. But obviously, since they lost the SEC championship game, they kind of got booted out. So, yeah, man, I think Georgia is just from top to bottom. They got studs everywhere on defense, studs everywhere on offense. They get the transfer. They get Travis Etienne's little brother, Trevor Etienne, transfer from Florida. I think he's going to make a lot of noise. I think Carson Beck's he's a Heisman Trophy finalist favorite. I think he's going to ball out. Don't really know how good Clemson is. You got Cade Klubnik there. Antonio Williams, the receiver for Clemson, is really cool. As Marcellus says, USC plays zero defense. We'll get to that. But I do think Clemson is going to get rolled here against Georgia, so I'm going to take Georgia on the spread. The next game, I think probably in the middle of the day, it's going to be Texas A or Notre Dame travels to Texas A&M. They go to Kyle Field. This is going to be a really good game. They have a new head coach, Mike Elko, who they got from Duke. He's known for kind of changing the program there. Jimbo Fisher was kind of, he was hanging on to that national championship from like 10 years ago.
Yeah, so, sure was. Overrated.
They were signing a bunch of talent, but they had a lot of talent transfer out too. So that's why I'm kind of like, you had so much talent in-house, but couldn't really get the job done. So Connor Wegman, he's coming off of an injury-riddled season last year. I think he was playing pretty well kind of before he got hurt. So I think the defense is going to be good because Mike Elko is a defensive head coach. So the defense is going to be stout. It's really hard to win at Kyle Field. I get Notre Dame is like a top 10 team in the country. I don't know how good Riley Leonard is. A lot of people are really high on him. I think he's okay. He's good. But I'd like to see a little bit more. I just think it's going to be a lot for him going on the road at Kyle Field. So I'm taking the Aggies at -2.5 here. I bought down a little bit. The spread is 3. I'm buying the 0.5 point. Just in case if they do win by a field goal, we'll still cover. So I am taking the Aggies at -2.5. Those are 3 games on Sunday or on Saturday. There's a Sunday game, and it's at a neutral site. We got Miami, or not Miami. We have LSU and USC. They are going to be meeting in Vegas. LSU is the favorite. They're favored by 4 points. The line keeps dropping in this game. At one point in time, LSU was favored by 7.5, and now all of a sudden the line is 4. So Vegas is trying to tell us something. I'm saying fuck the points. I'm taking USC straight up. They're plus 160 to win. I think USC could be a dark horse to make the playoff this year. This could be a 9-3 team. Yes, USC in the past has played horrendous defense. But I do think with the new defensive coordinator that we hired from UCLA last year, UCLA was like a top 10 defense in the country. Don't take my word for it. Take Nick Saban's word. Nick Saban came out and said USC could be a dark horse team. He said that the staff that Lincoln Riley hired is a star-studded staff, and the defense is going to turn around wholeheartedly. So give me the Trojan plus 160. My guy Miller Moss is going to this could be a shootout of a game. This could be a game where you see like 60, 70 points. It might be a 35 game going into it, and the Trojans win by a field goal. Hell, I don't want to see it be as bad as it was last year, because we could not tackle for shit last year. It was so bad. Couldn't wrap up a soul. Couldn't wrap up a mummy if they gave us toilet paper. That's how bad it was for us to tackle. So I like the Trojans money line on Sunday. Could be a trap, as my cousin is saying in the comments, but man, LSU's defense ain't no better. Jaden Daniels had to carry that team to 40 points a game last year, and they lost. They lost 2 games, I think it was, last year. But I mean, hey, I think the defense is going to be a lot better. Now, I'm not saying we're going to be a top 10 defense. I think we got to go from 120. We were like 124, 124 the best in the country. Can we get to 50? Can we get to 45? Can I get to 30? Because I know my offense is going to be, offense is going to put up points regardless. I just need the defense to not give up 40 points a game like they did every single time. So, got the Trojans. So just to recap, we have Texas A&M -2.5 over Notre Dame. They are at home. We have Georgia -13 over Clemson. That's at a neutral site. We have Clemson. We're taking Miami on the road in Gainesville over the Gators. And then we are taking the Sunday game. This is a Sunday game, by the way, guys. Not on Saturday. It's going to be a Sunday night game. USC over LSU at Allegiant Stadium, where the Raiders play, plus 160. If you guys want to get insanely crazy and parlay this, it's plus 1677. So you put $100 down, you win $1,600. If you want to parlay that, wouldn't advise that, but I'm saying if you want to get crazy, you could win $1,600 with this parlay. So, that's the hotline, man. We're back. I'm so excited. I can't wait.
Hell yeah. And I already wrote down every pick for the hotline. Next to it, I wrote a little box that's either going to get a check for you hit it or an X for you didn't. And we are going to keep track so everyone can keep you accountable. But last year, Jaevon, we remember that you were well over 500 throughout the entire season. So now, season 2 of Vonny's Hotline, I can't wait to see how many you nail each week.